Hello and welcome to another episode of Is It Possible to Drink This? I am Slasher Raptor, and welcome to my kitchen / dining room. And we're sitting on a poker table because I don't have like a dining room table. This blender is our new co-host for this season. I paid no money for this because when I moved into this place in June, a lot of my mom's friends were so generous and they all gave me old furniture and stuff that they weren't using anymore. So I got a couch, I got a chair, I got a TV stand, and all kinds of stuff for free, including this blender, which I haven't actually used that much, but its name is Adrian, like from Rocky, you know, Adrian, because it's a KitchenAid blender, so Adrian, yeah. So, let's test this thing out. So you might be wondering, what are we putting in the blender for the first episode that I'm filming in this new location? And the answer is this iPod Classic. This was mine. I've had this for about 10 years, and it finally stopped working. The iPod itself still works, like it still turns on, and it still functions properly, but you can't put any new songs on it. There's something wrong with the way that it takes songs from iTunes and puts them into itself. And it's not the cable, it's not my computer, it's not iTunes. I tried taking it to the Apple store when it first broke, and they couldn't even fix the problem because at Apple stores, they don't let customers come in and connect their devices to the computers in the Apple store, which is pointless because that's the whole problem about this thing. And I also made a couple of experiment episodes that'll also probably be part of this season of the Slash Raptor show, where I froze this thing for 24 hours in a tub of water, and then I also beat the shit out of it with a stick and scratched it and all kinds of shit while it was, you know, wrapped up in packing tape, and it survived both tests. But let's see if it survives this one. So we're just going to put it in here right like this, and we'll find out. Is it possible to drink an iPod? God, I hope not, because I don't want to drink iPod. I'm not going to do this very long. I'm just using this as kind of a test to see if the lighting and the angles are right, because I've got one camera there at 60 frames per second shooting just the blender, and then I've got this guy that's like the wide thing. You can probably see the wing of the camera or the viewfinder right there. I might have to fix things, but let's see if this works. I'm not putting this in here for very long, because if it starts to smoke then it could catch fire and I don't want to get in trouble for this place. Alright, so let's put the lid on here. And I think we should go with the puree setting. So here we go. It actually broke. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was just going to bounce around a little bit, maybe get scratched up. But it actually broke. I hope I got a shot of that that I can run back in slow motion, because that is probably awesome. I mean, it was already broken, but I had no idea it was going to do that, and that took no time at all. Like, I thought that iPods were known for like being really, you know, durable, but wow! Look at this! It just got annihilated. Actually, maybe not annihilated, but the front cover is all weird now. Like, it's coming up in weird places. There's lots of chips in the corner here. And then the back panel is here. And there's all this stuff here. The battery seems to be intact. I'm assuming the battery is this thing right here. The back is fine. It's a little banged up. The back is kind of warped too. Like it's not flat anymore. And then I guess this would be like the inner working. And this actually looks like a little tiny hard drive. It's kind of sticky though. I don't know what the hell this is. But so that's what happens when you put an iPod in a blender. It fucking explodes. And no, it is not possible to drink an iPod. Duh. But that wasn't the point. The point was to test the lighting and to see what kind of a reaction I would get. I kept trying to figure out how I could safely destroy this thing in this house without actually setting it on fire, and, well, I did. Oh, and there's little pieces of it in here too, still. I gotta clean this out before I actually drink out of it. There's a metal piece right here. Other small little pieces in here. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. I mean, yeah, I know I was putting it in a blender, but again, I had no idea that it was going to break that quickly. That was really loud too. So, yeah, I'll give you guys some after shots in a minute here, but that's all the time I have for this episode of Is It Possible to Drink This? Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you right back here in the very near future for more blending experiments. Alright, so this is the front of the iPod after the experiment. You can see this is the front and the wheel here. This, I think, has the most noticeable damage because the frame for the screen popped out, but the screen itself stayed flat. And you flip it over and you can see all of the inner workings of it. That's a nice money shot right there. I've never actually seen this. It looks like a really, really small hard drive sort of thing. And then here's the back part. I think this was probably the battery or like the rechargeable thing. And this part is kind of sort of in okay shape, but it's not flat anymore. Like it's all warped. And you can still see the iPod logo right there. And then the engravings down there. And there's a few other extra little pieces here, but Jesus Christ.